And then I want to talk about the analog pass-through feature. This is kind of an outdated feature. When these converter boxes first came out, there was still a lot of analog stations on the air, and you wanted to be able to get the analog stations that haven't switched over to digital. Well, by now, most stations, in my area anyways, have switched to digital, so you don't really need the analog pass-through feature anymore, even though it has it. And then there's an auto power down feature. So if you want the box to be shut off at a certain number of hours, you can set the shut off at a certain number of hours, or you can disable it, which I would recommend because you might want to use it with a DVD recorder. And if you're recording something on the tuner using this converter box, Philco converter box, as the tuner, it'll automatically shut off and it won't record to the DVD recorder or VHS recorder, whatever you're using to record. So I would just disable that feature. And then this unit does have closed caption, but you cannot turn it on or off with the remote. You have to go into the menu for that. There is no mute button on this remote, and there's no button on the remote to zoom in and out to change the aspect ratio, like I talked about earlier. So that has to be done through the menu, so that's kind of a little inconvenient. And there's no favorite channel button on the remote either. And the remote control is not a universal remote, which means you can't program the remote to operate your TV or any other part of your home electronic system with the one that comes with the converter box, with the Philco converter box. And this converter box has electronic programming guide. It gives about 6 hours of information, but that's only if the station provides it. There are many stations that do not provide this information. So don't be surprised to see no information given or something similar to that on some channels, because not all stations have the information on or broadcast that information. And then again, they also put ratings, and they'll put a closed caption logo on the screen when you press the display button, if closed caption is available. Then this remote has a funny button called still. It's not what you think it would be. It pauses the picture, but the audio still plays. So it's like it's the picture, but once you unstill it, it'll go to where the video is right at that moment. And then I want to look at the back of the box. You can see there are 5 places to connect things. There's the 2 RF ones. One's for the antenna in, which goes from your antenna to the converter box. And then the antenna out is the one for the converter box to the TV, that goes to the TV, that you hook up to the TV. And then there's the 3 RCA jacks, the yellow, white, and red cable, which I was referring to earlier, which was not included. You plug, that's the output for that. And this one does not have S-video output, but S-video is not that much better, so I wouldn't worry about that too much. And finally, I want to talk about what you would use this box for nowadays, because it's obviously becoming obsolete as more and more TVs have digital tuners already built into them, which means you wouldn't need this box for a new TV. These are still good for if you have like a monitor with RCA jacks but doesn't have a tuner. You can plug this box using the RCA yellow, white, and red cables from the back of the converter box into the TV or monitor that doesn't have a tuner. So, you can use it for that as a tuner for a tunerless TV or monitor. And you can also use it as a tuner for a DVD recorder or VCR or whatever that does not have a digital tuner in it, because a lot of old VCRs only have analog tuners. So these things are still useful, and that's why I'm reviewing this product. And that pretty much concludes my review. This is Nate from the Nathan's Road in Washington blog, and thank you. Goodbye.